Hello friends and fellow gamers, MKxJUMP here, and this week we're checking out the event for Idle Heroes, which is Sky Labyrinth, and also we'll be taking a sneak peek at the Spring Festival event, which is also known as Chinese New Year, which should also be pretty good. So stay tuned for all of that, but before we go ahead and check these things out, of course, let me tell you about Patreon. It's a way you can support the content I make here, and I plug it every single week when we do event reviews, just as a way to keep you updated on how it works. Basically, you can go ahead and sign up by using the link in the top corner of the screen, and it will give me a financial contribution and get you some rewards in return, including access to our account reviews, which we do on Tuesdays. So if you have those privileges, make sure you join us on a Tuesday to sign up if you would like to get your account checked out. This is through one-to-one advice and screenshots and discussions, and maybe your account could even be picked to be featured in a YouTube video, but that is not necessarily guaranteed. Anyway, go ahead and check that out if you want to, and also a shout out to our latest backers. So thank you to Beck, Blorgus Morg, and Ben E. So thank you for your support, guys. Hope to see you guys soon in account reviews. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out this week's event for Idle Heroes. So folks, we have 15 mithril pickaxes and a super wishing coin every day for logging in. Totally normal for one of these Sky Labyrinth events, and honestly this is a pretty steady Sky Labyrinth event, but with its own special twist if you plan on spending. So let's go take a look at what we have. Of course, the Soul Awakening session has come to an end, and many free-to-play players did get themselves a guaranteed B-. Now you won't be getting these rewards until a little bit later on, but let me warn you, whilst this is still here, do not use that B- straight away. It's a very valuable thing to use in future Soul Awakening galas, as it is a whopping load of points guaranteed to help you in those events. So if you are a budget player looking to maximize the value out of that B-, I would wait to use it on a Transcendence hero of yours, maybe either your main carry Transcendence heroes, or when you get to 2 Transcendence heroes and you can focus your team around one of them. So don't go wasting it on a Garuda or an Eloise, and then of course go ahead and use that when it's a Soul Awakening event, so that you can go ahead and maximize your points and potentially, just like you did last time, get yourself maybe another B- or just other rewards along the way, including artifacts and sublimation. A little bit of a tip from me there. Hopefully you guys take that on board. Anyway, let's go take a look at what we have this week. As it is Sky Labyrinth, the value packages are very standard. It is double XP in gems. As well, you've got the normal mithril pickaxes and wishing coins. So nothing surprising here. You can, of course, buy them for starry gems as well if you want. Sky Labyrinth is here, and it feels a little neglected, actually. Those of you that are new, I would start with Halora. If you want advice on how to do this properly, go ahead and check out videos of me doing this. There's plenty of them. I think Barry's got some as well. It shouldn't be tricky to find a video on how to do Sky Labyrinth. Anyway, if you do go ahead and do this, the rewards are as follows. For each floor, you can get each of these things. Most people who are free to play should aim towards floor 6 to get a 5-star chest. This will help you with building copies or building tenants or whatever the heck it is that you need them for. I know early players will get a lot of value out of this because chests are helpful when building your first few E5s. Of course, the longer you play, the more hero copies you get and the less relevant they become. If you do notice, though, this is quite empty compared to normal. Normally, there's always something else, but this is just a standard Sky Labyrinth event, so we haven't got bonus rewards in here. That's not to say, though, you can't double your privileges, but let's go see how you do that. We have a Moonlight gift. This is a fantastic way to spend money, and you can spend up to 5,000 VIP XP, which is $100, but doing so is going to get you a ton of stuff. You've got wishing coins, we've got mithril pickaxes, prism starry gems are thrown in as well, along with luxury skin selection chests, so that's pretty interesting, some skins there. You got some 6-star orange armor, you got orange exclusive artifact fragments, which can be destroyed in the Almost Workshop for a load of Almost Workshop material. As well, we got up to 10,000 gems, 120 wishing coins, even more 5-star heroes, 20 cores of transcendence. We got relics, we got more pickaxes, so that's a total of 70. We got 500,000 stellar shards, and then double rewards from the Sky Labyrinth. My advice is to go ahead and buy starry gems, as this is going to be super value for you guys that you can use in the auction house to pick up some really nice heroes. So that's what I will go ahead and do. At least that's probably what I'm going to do on my account. The other option I think that would be good for you guys is to go ahead and update your monthly cards if you haven't already. Getting these upgraded costs you $20 to go ahead and buy both of them. So you could just do this 5 times. You then bought all your cards for 5 months in advance, but then got a ton of extra rewards for it as well through the Moonlight gift. I think that's another really sensible thing you guys can do. So there's a few options on how to maximize your stuff. As well, if you haven't already bought the Diamond Fund, it's an option to get that. And as well, don't forget the monthly Carnival card is also a pretty decent thing to pick up. So yeah, things that you would buy normally are always worth grabbing during events like this because you get a ton of extra rewards anyway for your purchases. And that's how I always try to do those things, just so I'm maximizing my spending. On top of that, we also have a mysterious chest event. So this is giving us the usual stuff, nothing added in. There's no way to get Master's Toolboxes. There's no artifact here for 40,000. It's just very standard chests. And we get, of course, Heroic Summon Scrolls, which is absolutely worth it for 500. You got some orbs if you can spare the 1500. You got a skin chest and some monster parts. That's okay if you need skins to go ahead and upgrade to legendary skins, which is helpful for the Celestial Island. On top of that, 4,000 gems will pick you up an Elite Hero Shard and some dust. Some people really need dust, so we'll see the value here. Others aren't so attracted to it. Then again, the orange artifact fragment could be used for almost workshop artifacts, so that's pretty helpful. Just destroy that, get some food, build yourself some splendid artifacts, or at least make your way slightly closer to a splendid artifact. I think it's only going to get you like 700 or something points. And then finally, the 8k chest. This is always something that's heavily debated. Glorious Relics, Guild Coins, and an Imminent Hero chest. For a lot of early players, the 8k chest is really good because Guild Coins is something you already don't have a lot of. Hero copies are always in short supply early on. And then, of course, guys, you do have the Glorious Relics, which can eventually be used to buy artifacts. Now, for some of you, you'll love this. Some of you, 8k is just way too much. Really up to you and your value. But I think if you're an early player, you really should be going just getting this alone for the guild coins, because guild coins are really helpful. I know with Star Expedition, guild coins are now easier to pick up, and Force War also gives them, I believe, so you got a few ways to grab them, but just be mindful that you can also get a 5-star hero in there if you need it, so early players will see value in this for sure. Moving on, we of course have as well next week's event, which is actually going to be Spring Festival or Chinese New Year. This is going to be a 2-week long event, and it's going to be a Heroic Summons event. So my advice for you guys is to pretty much hopefully have scrolls ready. If you don't, you're probably going to need around 900. We'll get more information when that happens. We're getting a brand new hero and a brand new Transcendence hero all in one event. This is going to be huge. Hopefully there's opportunities for artifacts, especially the Gilded Purple fan. Hopefully there's really good value for spenders. There's going to be Palace of Eternity, Palace of Crystals, whopping hero exchange event, which is offering all the newly released heroes from last year. So we got Eos, Mockman, Freya, Arania, Holmesjung, and Azrael. And on top of that, there's a ton of rewards here for the Spring Festival, which we will just have to wait and see what those are. You'll probably be needing gems. Scrolls will definitely give us value, and no doubt there'll be something for spenders too. So a lot of stuff to go ahead and look forward to. What I do want to mention whilst we're here is the aftermath of what was the big Soul Awakening session. I know a lot of you have done loads of these things on free-to-play accounts. People got to 200 points, no problem. But what that has gone ahead and done is caused a chain reaction effect in the auction house, which is probably the biggest thing that's changed this week. So forget the Sky Labyrinth event for the moment. If you go ahead and filter by A tier, you'll see, guys, that the value of A tiers is slowly slipping away. If I filter specifically for some of the most iconic A tiers, you'll see you can get a Vesa for super duper cheap. If I go to buyout price, most expensive ones, yeah, sure, 68,000, but that's for an A+ one. You'll be struggling to get yourself an A- back in the day for even that price. So kind of wild. But then if I filter the other way around, you can see you're getting A- copies, 33,500, 35,000. Right, 36,000, 38,000. The fact that these are selling for less than 40,000 is wild, and it's because so many people are eager to sell. So some people have predicted that these prices will eventually go back up. Maybe that's the case. So if you're an investor, maybe you want to buy these now, wait for the prices to rise, and then sell them again. That could definitely be an option, but that's completely not guaranteed, right? Asmodel's also seen a big price drop. Ever since I bought one for 34,000, we're seeing more and more going for cheaper now, which is a little annoying, but it's just the way it goes. So just to let you know, guys, that things have gotten a little cheaper, and that's kind of good for people who wanted to invest in an A tier. So yeah, fun. But it's also to let you know that the auction house is very volatile, so be careful about what you spend. It also means your B- stone here ain't going to get as much value as it normally would when it comes to trying to sell, because the market is so flooded right now with B- and B copies that really you can get them so cheap. So if you guys were looking for like a little bit of a sprinkling purchase just to help you with this Moonlight gift, you can get so many Awakening heroes super cheap right now. And yeah, the only thing stopping you from doing that, of course, is the ability to convert Prism Starry Gems into normal Starry Gems. But if you go ahead and get those on your account, it shouldn't be too hard for you to get some nice Awakening copies, and then you can make your account look like mine with a ton of B tiers. Shouldn't be too hard. But yeah, let me know if that's something you guys want to do in the comment section down below. But yeah, really this event, it's pretty steady. Crack on with Sky Labyrinth, get those double rewards if you want from the Moonlight gift, or don't. People will be asking, is it worth it to use your wishing coins this week to go ahead and get Garuda copies? Because of course we do have a wishing coin event as well, but the answer is just no, don't do this. Wishing coins should always be saved to ensure that you can get an artifact during a big wishing coin event, which gives artifacts as top rewards. So guys, don't fall for this. Don't use your wishing coins. Wait for an event with an artifact. Load of free-to-play players ask me how the heck you get artifacts. Saving wishing coins is one of them. So don't be distracted by the fact there's a Garuda if you're trying to build her. Just leave it. It's fine. She's a rubbish hero anyway. She's given so many copies just naturally. You do not need Garuda copies. So ignore this Wishing Fountain event. Forget it exists. Just crack on with everything else. And yeah, I hope you have a pretty solid event. So yeah, hopefully next week we'll be in for a good one. If you want to see what this event's all about and my review of the Spring Festival event, Chinese New Year, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I'll be doing more event reviews in the future. This week, a fairly quiet one, nothing to worry about. And really for this whole week, I'm just going to keep my eyes on the auction house because not everyone is going to save their B- for a Soul Awakening Gala. I know a lot of people are going to be super twitchy-fingered opening them up. And also there's way higher odds of getting A tiers than normal from them. So we'll probably be seeing even more A tiers and good tenants, which are like B+ in attack or even A in attack going, and maybe you can snag something up for a decent price. So keep your eyes peeled on the auction house. That's what I'm going to be doing this week. And folks, I hope you yourself have a good week. And of course, happy idling.